Hey everybody, and welcome to Rider Club Radio, the podcast where two adult men talk about Japanese children's television shows and tell you how they feel. I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
And today we're going to start out by talking about the newest episode of Kamen Rider Ghost, episode I Don't Give a Shit. Liam, what happened in episode 11?
Yeah, okay, thank you. You really had me going there.
Oh man, I caught you, motherfucker. You were jumping on that. You were waiting for me to be wrong.
As I do every single episode. So in the beginning of this episode, Saionji gets the Raiders of the Lost Ark treatment. He gets all the icons together and he's like...
Saionji gges fucked.
He gets all the icons together and he's like, oh, I'll wish, give me the power to rule over the whole world. And the icons are like... And he just fucking explodes into a beam of light. And he's fucked, he's dead.
He gets sucked into the ghost zone.
Yeah, he's gone forever. And the icons then float up into the sky, and the old man's like, haha, nice try, Saionji, you idiot. If you don't have a belt, you can't do anything.
He was like, good job, Saionji. No one liked your character anyway, so we're just gonna kill you the fuck off.
Now we don't have to look at your teeth ever again.
They'll haunt my nightmares until the day I die.
So the sigil rises up into the sky, it's got all the 15 icons, it's ready to accept the wish, and it sucks Takeru in. And Javel sees all this going on, and he's like, well, that's all those icons, I'll just have to release some ghost dragons, I guess it is? That he spits out a bunch of ghost dragons to go get the icons.
I'm sure the fucking, concept art of those ghost dragons is awesome.
Yeah.
The actual ghost dragons look fucking ridiculous.
They're pretty rough. They're really dumb-looking CGI Quetzalcoatl, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They got, hands on the end of their tail. And it's just, it's everything you would expect from a big CG monster in Kamen Rider. It's ugly. And you don't want to look at it for too long.
That's true. So they don't focus on it for more than a second at a time.
Thank goodness. So he shoots the dragons, Takeru goes up, and the mysterious voice asks Takeru for his wish. And Takeru, I guess not surprisingly, asks to bring Kanon back. And floats back down to Earth. And everyone's like, what the fuck, Takeru? And he's like, yeah, sorry, I got 22 days, I'm gonna die. There's nothing we can do. And the icons split up, and everyone starts gathering them again, and Makoto, he finally, gains a bit of respect for Takeru. He knows that he actually knew what he meant. He wasn't being a wishy-washy, motherfucker. He wasn't being a loser. He actually wanted to save his little sister. So he picks up the little sister, he says, thanks a bunch, Takeru. Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. And then all the icons scatter, just like the Dragon Balls, except they scatter within, a half mile, apparently, because they find them all again in, 5 minutes.
Yeah, but the old sage is like, oh god, something's wrong. And then they scatter all around. So I think shit has gone upside downside.
And I think this probably has something to do with the secret of the icons, because Javel is looking to get them real good. And everybody gets them, they pick them up, Onari finds 10 in the space of 10 meters from each other. And he picks them all up and they get all the icons together. And then the dragons are all swarming around, and Javel is all swarming around, and they're all trying to get him. And then Makoto teams up with Takeru, and they have a double fight. They beat up some dragons, and they beat up Javel. And Takeru does this weird thing where he goes through all of his hoodies at once, and it's like a super attack. And one of them talks. Weirdly enough, I wasn't expecting that. Musashi talks.
Yeah, I guess you actually win the bet then, because they fucking talk now.
Finally. I told you.
You already got your fucking icon.
I do, I got my icon. So they blow up the dragons, Javel fucks off. He takes, I think, a couple icons, and then he leaves. And Onari finds what was the icon that he found? Goemon.
Goemon.
Yeah. Mystical Ninja. And he gives it to Takeru, but it's too late, everything's done. Everything's over. Everyone's dead. And Javel and Aaron, they're hanging out, and Aaron's like, why were you so keen to get those icons, Javel? The wish is already spent. Is it because of the secret? And Javel's like, oh, I can't, I don't want to tell you. And then the old guy the old sage is probably evil.
Yeah, the old sage sees Takeru come down out of Space Eyeball holding Kanon, and he's like, oh, what a deplorable man.
Yeah, he's upset with him. So, I don't know, maybe it's because he used the wish on something selfless and you're not supposed to, or maybe, I don't know.
Maybe he was counting on Takeru to use the wish for something selfish, for his own reasons.
Maybe it's some sort of weird modern rider thing where if you have bad emotions, bad things happen. But who knows? Maybe that has something to do with the secret. It's all a mystery right now.
It's a secret.
Jeff, what did you think of Kamen Rider Ghost episode 11?
You kind of glossed over that fight between Takeru, Makoto, and Javel, but that's like 90% of the episode.
Yeah, that's why the summer was so short, because there's these huge fights that last forever.
Yeah, the fight lasted for the whole fucking episode, but I was like entertained the whole time. It was, I don't use this term a lot unironically, but it was action-packed.
Yeah, it's a neat, like, it's, the pacing is kind of neat, where they're jumping all over the place and they're fighting and shit, and Onari is chucking their icons back at them, and they're using them as they catch them from Onari. So there's, like, tons of, they're all changing forms, and they're all changing forms at the same time, and the hoodies are flying around everywhere, and there's call-outs all over the place. It's a really neat fight. I like it a lot. It goes on a little too long, and
I wouldn't even say that. Like, I was okay with this episode just being the fight episode.
That's true. I don't think I agree, but I'd say it goes on a little too long, and there's terrible CGI. You have to suffer through a scene with the iguana ghost striker fighting a big thing.
Fuck.
And it looks terrible, as usual.
You know, we were supposed to find that, like, Takeru had grown as a character and he was much stronger now.
Yeah.
But he spends a good portion of this episode, like, calling out for help like a bitch.
Well, he's got big dragons. You can't take on the big dragons. You
know who took on the big dragons without a giant iguana?
Who?
Spectre.
Because Spectre's the cool one and Ghost isn't.
Yeah. Spectre is a million times cooler, even though he cries like a wiener.
He had a bike,
for a good portion of the episode.
He had his bike.
That's true. Ghost had a bike. He turned it into a fucking iguana.
Yeah, but he had a big CG thing, and he was okay, as long as he had his CG thing. Spectre had his bike, and he was fine.
Don't take up for this show.
Don't take up for this garbage called Kamen Rider. Get the fuck off here.
Don't make excuses for Takeru.
Speaking of Spectre was one of my favorite parts of this episode.
Yeah.
When we started getting Spectre, I was like, I kept bitching and moaning like I am. I complained that, oh no, he's gonna be good again. He's gonna be the kind of edgy good guy. It's gonna be the worst. And it happened this episode, and it didn't feel forced at all. It felt quite natural. There was a perfectly fine, like, it didn't drag out for too long. It didn't mess with any existing plot lines. It was just, it happened, and it happened when it needed to happen, and it's done. And I'm fine with it, really. It was a fine, like, it's good development for them, and it's nice to see them kind of growing, their relationship growing. They're growing a little closer. They're sort of learning a mutual respect for each other. It was a good little arc in this episode.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point where if a character continues being a ruthless dickhole for no reason, that all sympathy is gone for that character. If he would have continued being an asshole when Kanon was alive again, his whole reason for being a dick, that would have been some early Heisei shit right there. I'm just going to continue being an asshole, even though my motivation for it's gone.
Yeah, my sister's back, and Takeru is apparently a nice guy. He did me a solid. But he's so indecisive, so I hate him, and I'm going to beat him up at every opportunity. Thank God.
I was actually really worried about that for a second, because, like, Takeru's holding Kanon, and he's like, here you go, Makoto, and Makoto pushes him out of the way and grabs her, and I'm like, don't be an asshole to this guy who just gave up his life for your sister.
Well, yeah, I like that. Even though he's grateful, he's still Makoto. He's still a bit of a dick deep down inside, but he's like, he knows where he stands. He knows where he stands with Takeru. He knows that they're getting closer. It's nice.
I was really excited. Like, imagine me watching the screen with a real big smile on my face when Takeru and Makoto are standing next to each other and they're about to transform. Then imagine my smile turning upside down like a cartoon character. It's just rotating on my face as the sound effects start happening.
Oh boy.
That was a fucking clusterfuck.
Didn't somebody on Twitter say that the overlapping belt sounds out of 10 was the review?
Yeah, that was Slayer at Slayer U, Gabriel D.
Throw that in there. You nailed it. That was, it's like, because they keep transforming at the same time. And whenever they do that, it's always like, and it's like,
what the worst part about it is that their actual little jingle, they're like Doki Doki Ghosto and shit.
Yeah.
It's the same exact jingle at the same exact time.
It's almost the same.
But they don't fucking line it up.
Yeah, it's they didn't quite get that. The editors were having an off day. They were a tad drunk. The deadline was fast approaching. They had like an extra week from the golf and they just blew it all on this episode trying to line up those two, and they were like, fuck it.
They're gonna get thrown into the Toei pit for this.
Or are they gonna get buried beneath, like, old toys that didn't sell, old shift cars and wizard rings that never sold?
Yeah. You know, you thought it was CG when Beltsan and the shift cars go down into that giant pit in the ground, but that's actually underneath Toei headquarters. That's where all the interns go when they cost the company more than 10 yen.
If they try to ask for more than 10 yen an hour. When it opens, when the gate thing opens, you can see their ghosts escaping of the ones that died. They float up into the sky.
That's where they got the idea for Kamen Rider Ghosts.
Wow.
Makoto
What were we?
Is a stick figure.
Makoto is a very thin man.
He's kind of creepy looking.
Well,
honestly,
I think that's why they cast him, because they wanted him to be kind of a creep. Because it is a show about ghosts, and he is meant to be an asshole.
It's like Takeru looks like a normal, healthy young man. He looks like an alive guy, and the living guy looks like a fucking skeleton in an all-leather outfit.
Maybe that's just because Japan likes really thin guys. They like guys to be really slender.
I guess. This is a whole new level. A lot of Kamen Rider protagonists have been thin, but none of them have made me worried that the weight of their giant head was going to snap their body in half.
How did he survive all these fights without breaking all of his brittle, tiny, like, hollow bird bones?
I keep thinking he needs to go get a haircut, because that much weight on top of that neck ain't going to turn out well.
Yeah, he's so thin, it's like off-putting, and the suit doesn't make it look much better with how it
No, he's wearing like what's supposed to be a skin-tight leather suit, but it's not skin-tight because he has no skin underneath the suit, just bone.
It's like a form-fitting, and it's black, so it's really slimming, so it's like, when he turns sideways, he would disappear. It's fucking crazy.
He's the 2D man.
Yeah, there's your next rider.
And it's actually kind of jarring when he transforms, now that I think about it, because he's so fucking thin, and then he transforms into the thick-ass, muscly Spectre form.
Yeah. It's always funny when they can't quite get that, like, synergy between the suit actor and the face actor. Gaim had kind of a problem with that, because Gakusano is so short.
Yeah, and then Drive had a problem with that because Shinosuke's actor was like 6 foot something.
Yeah, and you could why not have the suit actor stand on a box or something for just that one shot? Because he would transform and you could see the exact frame where he just jolts down like 6 inches, and it's like, okay. Ryuki had that really bad too. Just some series just have it so obvious where if the main character isn't normal height, it's all fucked up.
Gakusano is like a fun-sized person.
Gakusano is like a little... It's like if you took like a big beefy bodybuilder and then you like stole a foot from him.
It's like if you took a picture of like a regular-sized martial artist in Photoshop and you just downsize that shit. That's Gakusano.
That's his thing. He's little, he's light, but he's so fit, and that's how he does all those backflips and shit. Because he doesn't have a lot of weight.
I think we're learning who Liam loves on this podcast today. Write in with your Liam times Gakusano fanfiction.
It's not
RiderClubRadio@gmail.com.
Did you see when Gakusano did the ice bucket challenge? You see that video?
No.
He dumped 2 buckets of ice on himself. He did 2. One wasn't enough.
What a man.
I'm like 2 whole buckets.
What a mini man.
Did you see the thing where he vaulted over a fucking 20-foot high thingy?
Liam, I don't follow Gakusano's life the way you do. I haven't seen any of this.
Did you see what he ate for breakfast this morning? Oh my god. He's gonna get fat.
Liam is running a TMZ for Gakusano only. Anyway, getting back to Ghost.
Oh yeah,
this episode's fight scene was action fucking packed.
This episode period was action packed. It was packed with action a lot of half the fucking episode.
I want to know more about the icons though, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. There's just a little kid's voice in the icons. It's like, hey, what do you want?
Maybe that's meant to be the innocent and pure voice of God.
I don't know.
Asking you what you want. Because you get it.
God didn't sound like that in Agito.
You bought all 15 toys. And now they're rewarding you.
If you buy all 15 icons, do they do that voice?
If you got one wish, that would sure be nice. John Toei, there's your next ad campaign.
I wish for my hundreds of dollars back. the next ad campaign like the fucking Willy Wonka golden ticket?
Yeah, exactly. Except just buy all
God.
15 and you get the fucking wish.
If you buy all 15, you get to go to Toei Industries and get thrown down the pit.
Spend a day in the intern pit. You have to live with their wails of pain. This was I'd say it was on par with the last episode. I'd say Ghost is starting to pick up finally. It's through its sort of rut in the beginning. And
around episode 5 or 6, if you would have told me Ghost was going to pick up, I would have called you a fucking liar. Because I was 100% certain it wasn't going to go anywhere. I would preface everything I said with, we're only on episode 6.
Yeah, we kept having to say that. Like, it's shitty,
in the back of my head, I was like, this ain't going anywhere.
You were lying to everyone, and now they know.
I lie to everyone every day when I pretend not to be horribly depressed.
Well, at least here you can let it out.
Let's talk more about children's toys.
Okay. A lot of people were comparing the show to Wizard through its early run. And hopefully they stop doing that because hopefully it stops being applicable.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it wasn't really applicable to begin with in the same way. And I'm guilty of this as well, but Wizard's first episode and second episode seemed like it was going to be a really good series.
Yeah.
And then it didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Ghost didn't seem like it was going anywhere, period. From episode 1 onwards.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It didn't show much promise. The main character wasn't terribly likable. The concept was a little weird. Having, like, a dead protagonist. It was creative, but, like, I don't know. And it threw his character for a loop really early on in the beginning.
I like that the Sage is seeming kind of nefarious.
Yeah, because he was always mysterious, and now he's going to be probably more... Like, he can't just stand around telling you what icon you're going to get every day now. They're all gathered.
I was wondering what his reason was to begin with. Like, why is he helping Takeru? Like, what purpose could that possibly serve for him? And now it seems like his purpose is nefarious.
Yeah, we have an idea. Like, he wanted him to wish for something specific, probably for him to come back to life. His plan's been foiled, and now shit's gonna happen, like, new shit's gonna happen that nobody expected. It's gonna take a new turn. So I think this is marking a good occasion for this episode, and next episode looks incredible with that,
The next episode preview shows Takeru fading away into nothingness. It's about to be the Kamen Rider Spectre show.
It shows him fading away into nothingness briefly before turning into Fighting Spirit Boost, so who knows?
Fighting Spirit Boost was earlier in the preview.
Well, okay, but you know that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to pull a Type Trider on, where it's like, oh, he's fucked, oh no, he's got a new form, it's good, get up, it's fine.
You mean like every Kamen Rider series?
No, but like, Gaim didn't fucking die before getting
he didn't
Kachidoki.
die, but he got his shit slapped until he got a new form.
That's true. But like, he's gonna die, he's gonna fade away, and then Spirit Boost is gonna help him, I guess. His soul is gonna get boosted up to 180 days, 188 days instead of 99 days.
Although that isn't really going to help him that much anyway, considering it doesn't seem like the icons can be used for that again.
That's true, or else they would have just gathered him up again.
I mean, maybe like the Sage will come out and be like, "Oh, you fucking idiot! You didn't wish for the correct thing. Now you have 188 days to get him again, or else you'll never come back to life."
That would be shit, though. That would be really shit. If it was like, if the first arc was gather the icons in the limited time, and then the second arc was gather the icons in the limited time again, I would just, fuck this show. It could still be...
That's the plot of Dragon Ball.
Well, hang on. No. The plot of Dragon Ball is blow up a big bad guy and then gather up the Dragon Balls in, like, one day to wish everyone back to life.
That's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, okay, alright, fine.
I'm talking about Dragon Ball. Like,
the OG.
Let's find the Dragon Ball so that I could wish for a boyfriend. Oh no, we wished for panties. Gotta find them again.
That's why the first few books of Dragon Ball are the best ones.
Dragon Ball gets really good around the time King Piccolo shows up.
Oh yeah. But this isn't the Dragon Ball cast, unfortunately.
No, again, we went into this shit.
I think it could still be good if it was like, there's these 15 icons and they're sort of scattered around, and you have Ghost, Spectre, and Necrom, and they're just changing hands. Everyone's trying to get 15 for whatever reason. That could be fine.
Why would Makoto need 15?
He'd get help Takeru, because they're buddies now. Maybe he's like, Kanon's back, but she wants a new handbag, I need all 15 again, or something like that. Like, who knows?
I don't have the money, man. I haven't been working since I started gathering these.
I've got a large gap in my resume from searching for icons for so long.
I'm only good at wearing leather. I can't do anything else.
I don't know. They could make it good if they're very delicate with that concept, but I don't think they're going to go there. I think they're going to just take it somewhere completely different, and I'm fine with that.
I would rather them take it somewhere completely different. Like, the gathering icons thing can maybe be in the background, maybe?
Yeah.
But the main plot needs to be different.
Because you can't stretch that out for, what do we got, 40 more episodes? Like, it's not going to go for roughly 40 more episodes. You can't do that. It's going to get shitty. Not that that's ever stopped Toei before.
It was already starting to get shitty. So...
It's going to get really shitty.
Oh, yeah. I don't think anything could make me drop a series faster than just a collect the shit plot going on that long.
Oh, boy. It's probably... I doubt it, though. I would be very surprised if they actually pulled that.
I would be, too.
So
we're putting our faith in John Toei.
Yeah, don't fuck us. I've got quite high hopes for this from here on. Don't fuck it up.
Every episode that Spectre transforms in, which has been every episode since he showed up, mostly, I'm reminded how fucking cool his suit is.
It's such a nice suit.
Yeah. And just the blue, the specific shade of blue, is very eye-pleasing.
It's with the black, it's perfect. It's like this sort of like... It's like a dull, but like light blue. It's like a palish kind of blue. It looks really nice.
It's like, it blows Takeru's suit out of the water.
Yeah.
It's like, Takeru's suit's really good, but, like, Makoto's suit is 100 times better.
Yeah, it's like someone took Takeru's suit and retouched it and said, oh, this could be changed, and it's just better. It looks similar, but it's just better overall.
Yeah.
It's a much nicer suit. Even in motion, it looks much nicer.
The markings on Ghost are alright. They're pretty cool and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the Doki Doki lines, the heart monitor lines on Spectre are just really cool and eye-catching.
I believe Overtime translated as a pulse-pounding ghost or something.
Yeah, pulse-pounding ghost.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Even
Doki
the translation
Doki
sounds
Ghosto.
Cool. Yeah. It's a cool... He's just... Everything about him is cool. The sounds are cool and everything like that. And his forms are cool. He's got no bad forms. I love Tutankhamun. I love Nobunaga. He's just cool all around. I love Spectre.
He is. His out-of-suit actor looks like a skeleton. But besides that, he's really awesome.
He's a handsome guy. He's just a very, very thin, handsome guy.
He's like somebody fucked up the aspect ratio.
They have a 16:9 image squished into 4:3, and he's all...
This episode was kind of... For having such a huge revelation, and, like, Kanon coming back to life, and Takeru, giving up his wish for her, it was kind of light on plot after that.
Yeah, that was all they really had. They have that huge revelation, and they had Makoto's reaction, and those parts were great. And then they were like, oh, it's just fucking... This is the dragons. Just throw the dragons. And that'll be the rest of it. Just have them fight the dragons. And that should take up roughly 10 minutes, and that'll be fine. Do
you think Saionji is going to come back?
No, he got the bouquet. He's done.
Did he?
Yep.
Shit, spoilers.
I'm sorry. He got the bouquet. I'm sorry. I saw it. He's gone.
They should have given him a fucking, dental appointment.
Here's a bouquet, and also Toei will give you dental just once. That's
Get
a
that
great
shit
move.
looked at.
Yeah.
Some of those look infected.
At least get some fake teeth or something.
What a shitty ending for him, though. It's not like anybody liked his character or thought he was going to go anywhere that specific. But he was sort of built up to be an important character. Like, he's Tenkuji Ryu's partner who turned traitor on him.
That's true.
And he's just fucking dead. He's gone.
Yeah, he didn't have much of a... for such a shitter who you would think would get some sort of, revenge thing or, a subplot about him a little more... His death is quite abrupt. It's like Boba Fett, where he's just here he is, and then, he's gone. Sorry. He fell into the Sarlacc pit.
He's in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, he's gone. But Jeff, actually, if you read the Star Wars Tales comic issue 79, he flies out, so I think you're just fucked up right there. I think Saionji is gonna fly out of the ghost world.
He's gonna fucking fly out the ghost zone like Danny fucking Phantom
he's gonna
and
fly
have superpowers.
with his jetpack, fly out of the ghost world.
Maybe that was what was in his other briefcase. He had 2 of them.
Yeah, it's true. He had that. That's another thing. When he collects all the icons, he has. Oh wait, that's what the silver briefcase was. It was creating the icons. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, he had 2 briefcases.
One to create them and one to hold them.
He was double businessman.
When he put the silver briefcase down after he had collected them all, I was like, what the fuck is in that second briefcase? Because he only used it once to create Billy the Kid, and then that was it. So it's... Saionji was a little underused. They threw him away.
They played him up like he was going to be something really important, and he really wasn't.
He should have had his fucking face melted off right down to the skull.
This is not Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It really looked like it, though. Like, it had the shot had the same kind of framing and timing and look on his face. Like, I almost think it was an homage. It was so similar.
Maybe it was. Japanese love American films.
I bet Japanese people really like Indiana Jones. I wouldn't be surprised.
Indiana Jones is awesome.
It's really good. Raiders of the Lost Ark is a really good movie.
All of them are really good movies. All 3 of them.
All 3 Indiana Jones movies. Just like all 3 I guess 4
all 4 now. Star Wars movies.
All 4 Star Wars movies.
It's weird how there were 30 years between them making a sequel.
Yeah, they waited so long.
Anyway, I'm really, like, in a weird way, I didn't give a shit about Saionji or what was going to happen to him. But I'm kind of curious, like, why? Why did they play him up so heavily just to kill him off in that scene? Because if they gave him the bouquet, he's not coming back.
No way. If you get the bouquet, you are 100% not coming back. Maybe for a movie, but that's it. And
I don't think people are chomping at the bit to see, like, hyper battle video starring Saionji.
If you build a guy up like he wants to take over the world, he wants to collect the icons to conquer the world, and then he just gets fucked. It is a little abrupt. It's not a... I guess it's not an unexpected end for the kind of character he is. He doesn't seem like a major player. He's not like Javel or Aaron, where he's like some sort of Ganma royalty. He's just some shitter.
He seemed like he was going to be like the third, like, faction. Because he, like, turned traitor on Aaron, and Javel was, like, trying to stop him.
Yeah, that could have been really interesting.
But no, he just got fucked.
He's smoked. He's done.
The end.
Oh, well.
Maybe an icon will show up, and it'll have little blush marks, and it'll be him. It'll have, like, fake Billy teeth duct taped to it.
just 2 front teeth stuck on the front there.
Stuck on at different angles, so you know it's him.
Might as well put them on top of each other with how his fucking teeth are set up.
His teeth
is set up that way.
That's good English.
That's Liam English right there. So yeah, pretty good episode. I liked it.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I'm not lamenting Saionji's death because he was kind of a stereotypical character.
Yeah, he was
the evil scientist who turned traitor against his scientist brethren because they didn't take him seriously enough.
Yeah, I just think it would have been nice to have him like be the center of one small arc and then have him murder him in like 3 episodes, but well, it's not the worst decision in the world. It's fine.
It was to show human hubris.
Yeah.
Which is always nice to see.
It's a fun concept in Rider.
So, yeah, this is a good episode. I liked it. Not a whole lot story-wise happened. The action scenes were really good.
Yeah.
The turnaround when Javel was sort of kicking their asses, and then they started kicking his ass was very natural.
Yeah.
It wasn't that they started using their icons and he was suddenly, like, jobbing left and right. They had to use the correct icons in the correct way.
They gradually learn teamwork and they start to hang tough. They don't quite, like, destroy him. He obviously gets away, but, like, they learn a little. It's nice physical acting.
Yeah, he only gets away because he sacrifices the dragon.
Yeah, he throws one of the dragons in the way. Because fuck those things, honestly.
Nobody wants to see the return of those fucking dragons.
And that's another thing
that this episode shows us, is that the eyes, the big giant eyes that were drawn over buildings and shit, are just housing CGI abominations. That's all they are.
It's probably Ganmas. It's probably more Ganmas. Hopefully it's, like, they're not going to do CGI abominations all the time. I imagine those eyes are going to be, like, a big part of the plot going forward. And they can't do CGI every week. That would run the bank dry in, like, 3 months. So... I assume it's going to be Ganmas. I hope so too. Decent episode. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I liked it.
I liked it.
Well, Liam?
7 out of 7. You want to hear some news, Jeff?
Yeah, I want to hear why the fuck that scale ended at 7 first.
Well, look, if I kind of like something, it's 7 out of 7. But if I really like something, it's 8 out of 8. And if I really, really like something,
Alright, I don't
9.
actually care. What happened in the news?
So Movie Wars Genesis opened last weekend in Japan.
Yay!
Too many theaters. Yay! And it was number 4 at the box office.
Yay!
Yay! Toei was really, I guess, pretty scared, and they got out a week before Star Wars.
Good
And they managed
idea.
to have... They got one weekend to themselves, and they hit number 4. Apparently Star Wars didn't do that well in Japan, though. I heard...
Really?
Yeah, in Korea, it got beat by a movie about mountain climbing.
Well, maybe Star
Yeah.
Wars isn't as popular overseas. But I
You'd
mean,
think so,
Kojima
but-
loved the shit out of it. Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, but Kojima is always like a big... He loves the West. He's an outlier, I think.
Yeah, the funny
a little
thing
bit.
is, I follow Kojima on Twitter, and he never dislikes anything, ever.
Yeah, it's true.
He's like,
The
I
only-
went to go see new Adam Sandler comedy. Hilarious and great. 10 out of 10.
I saw Grown Ups 2, funniest movie I've ever seen. Bought the soundtrack right after.
He's never like that much horse shit.
But I guess general audiences don't care. I'd be willing to bet, well, actually, no, it's probably crazy, but I bet Kamen Rider competed with it on some level. Because at
Maybe.
least lots of children like Kamen Rider. I guess kids don't give a shit about Star Wars.
Well, kids in America don't give a shit about Star Wars.
Yeah, they do. Come on. Everybody saw The Force Awakens.
Well, they didn't give a shit about it until Disney put out videos explaining what Star Wars is.
Oh, yeah. You told me about those.
Jesus Christ. But, yeah, I feel like all kids know Star Wars. Like, geek parents don't let their kids live without showing them Star Wars.
Yeah, in the West, Star Wars is just like, it's part of culture. Everybody knows I am your father and do or do not, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's...
Yeah.
You can't escape it, but in Japan, I guess it's not
Lightsabers.
Really. Lightsabers. Everyone knows what a lightsaber is. You see a laser sword in any sort of media, and you think, oh, it's a lightsaber.
Well, here's the thing. Star Wars had to have been somewhat popular in Japan. Like, not even somewhat, like, ridiculously popular, because look at all the tokusatsu that came out afterwards.
That's true, yeah. They
Like, every single tokusatsu thing that came out in the 10 years after Star Wars, the Star Wars trilogy came out in Japan, had a laser sword in it.
Yeah, it's true. Black RX had that laser
Even
sword. Gundam.
All the Gundams have lazy blades.
Laser swords are just cool. Lightsabers
They are
cool.
awesome.
So I
want a lightsaber real bad.
Maybe they just don't care about The Force Awakens. Maybe they just saw the trailers and they're like, this is shit.
Maybe
Maybe.
they'll warm up to it.
Hey, Japan, it's pretty good. You should see
it's
it.
good. Go see it. Go see the new Kamen Rider movie. Actually, I don't know if it's good. Go see it. If like people say it's good, go see it.
Probably don't go see it, but you can try it if you like. Didn't Ega Devil say it was pretty good?
Yeah, he did. Ega Devil said it was good, and it's not like a movie Tyson or anything. It's like a crossover, like the Drive Times Gaim or the Gaim Times whatever the fuck came before Gaim. I don't remember.
Wizard. Come on, man. It was like 3 years ago.
Who?
Wizardo.
Who?
Forze.
Gandalf?
Yeah, fuck you. But this is...
I would really love to see Gaim times Gandalf.
No. Gaim times Wizard equals shit, apparently, because it wasn't a very good movie.
No.
I remember seeing that, and I hadn't seen Wizard at the time. And I had only seen Gaim, and I remember liking the Wizard part more, because I didn't know quite what was happening, but like they fight in the guy's brain, and it was pretty cool. And then the Gaim part came up, and it was just bad. It was just weird and disappointing.
I think we're learning about Liam's bad opinions today. I actually don't remember that movie.
You don't?
I remember there was a certain period of time where all like the superhero Tyson movies had Gavon in them.
Yeah, this one wasn't one of those.
No, it was not. But fuck, man, Gavon just stopped showing up. They were like, kids do not give a shit about new Gavon, and they never will. We're just gonna drop him.
That's a shame. Gavon's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the movies were great.
The new ones you talking about? Those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sherivan and
They
Shiner.
were real
and
good.
I gotta see those. You've recommended those to me 1,000 times.
Yeah, I've got them. I'm hoping to stream them eventually. I'm not gonna stream them on Christmas weekend.
Yeah, it's Boxing Day this Saturday, so we can't do that.
Everybody needs to celebrate Boxing Day.
Oh, shit. I always forget Boxing Day isn't in America, is it? You guys don't have Boxing Day, do you?
Why would we have a day to celebrate Evander Holyfield?
Fuck you. Why that one specifically?
Because Mike Tyson would have been too obvious.
What about Manny Pacquiao? He's big. He's big right now.
You just butchered his name. I'm not even gonna attempt it, but you butchered it.
What about that Floyd Mayweather?
What about George Foreman?
Oh, of course.
He's knocking out the fat from your burgers now.
Boxing Day is a day where it's like Black Friday, except everyone's trying to get rid of all the shit they didn't sell at Christmas. So you can find stuff for sale. That's what it is.
So it's another corporate shill holiday.
Ooh, I'm Jeff, and everything
forcing consumerism.
Says the guy. Says the fucking guy who watches Kamen Rider every week.
I'm just
you
fucking
shitter.
with you anyway.
Yeah, I know. Still.
I'm surrounded by consumerist products this very moment.
Me too. I fell for it. I fell for the lie.
I am the fish that they put the bait on the hook for.
It fills the empty void in your life for just like a minute until you want the next thing.
When you open it up, you're like, oh, it's so great, and then you put it on a shelf and you forget it.
And never look at it again. I want this other thing now. And that's how you get one of those shelves full of figures and Gatack Zectors and what have you.
I still can't believe you have the Gatack Zector.
I wanted it so bad, and the day after I bought it for like $150. I got scammed, but it was the only one I could find.
You
and
got
then
butt fucked.
I got fucked, and then like 2 weeks after it arrived, I checked again. Just for shits and gigs, I checked again. DX Gatack Sector with belt, $45. And I felt like I felt like fucking punching myself in the mouth.
Liam wept openly that day.
I wept openly. I am an idiot. I gave in to the scalpers. But there it is. I can't even
find that Zector anymore.
Which Gatack?
Yeah.
It's really rare. It's an old toy, and it's a very cool thing, so no one wants to...
I really want it.
It's so good. It's so
Gatack
good.
is absolutely my favorite Kabuto rider.
Yeah.
Hands down.
He's pretty cool.
Why do you have the Gatack Sector if he's not your favorite?
He is my favorite.
There you go, fucker.
He's my favorite because he's pretty goddamn cool.
He is. He's my besto friend. Kagami.
Kagami.
So yeah, movie news.
The movie opened at number 4. It did pretty decent.
Was at number 4. Good job, Toei.
Congrats.
Maybe you're getting your shit together finally.
Aim for number 1 next time. Don't open it on like the weekend of a Marvel movie or anything like that. And you'll be fine.
Is this in your news that the next superhero Tyson movie, Kamen Rider 1, is apparently getting some type of an upgrade?
I didn't hear that specifically. All I knew it was going to celebrate the 45th anniversary. That was in my docket, but is that...
I mean, that is pure fucking conjecture.
Okay.
That people are throwing around, because there's a poster that has Ghost on one side and Kamen Rider 1 on the other, and in the background behind Kamen Rider 1 is what looks like a silhouette of what looks like an upgraded version of Kamen Rider 1.
Ooh.
And there's like some sort of like text or something that's floating around that says like Kamen Rider 1's new form.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. I didn't notice that shadow behind him. Ooh.
Yeah, it's rumor has it that it's just a helmet. Like he gets a new helmet and shoulder thing.
It's better than nothing.
And it only lasts for the movie.
Okay.
Which I would rather happen.
Yeah.
I don't want them to change the design and keep it that
Yeah,
way.
I wouldn't want him to be in the next one and look all weird like that, but that's pretty neat. But remember...
Yeah, I think it's like a shameless publicity stunt, personally, but...
That's like when Gaim came out, and they were like, yo, Gaim's the strongest rider ever, and everyone's like, are we gonna see any, like, evidence to indicate this? And they're like, no.
Liam, that's been every single rider that's ever come out.
Every time they say that, like, this guy's totally tougher than the last guy.
They did that
like,
with Double.
really?
Like, Double showed up when Decade was having trouble in a movie. Like, he couldn't defeat an enemy at all. He couldn't even hurt them.
Yeah.
And then Double showed up with his fucking basic form shit and destroyed the enemy.
Holy shit.
And then left.
Well, you know what? Actually, Gaim would be one of the strongest riders for spoilerish reasons. When, you gotta keep in mind, though, when, Kamen Rider 4 was coming out, Kamen Rider Black was in it, what's the actor's name?
Tetsuo Kurata.
Tetsuo Kurata. He was coming back, and he said, please enjoy my, new transformation. And everyone thought that meant a new form, but it actually just meant, like, you get to see him transform with all the special effects and shit. That was what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But everybody thought that meant, like, oh my god, Black's gonna get this. There's black, and there's Black RX, and there's gonna be, like, super Black RX or something. Black RX Drive version.
It's so weird to get excited about that, though. It'll be like, yeah, more fucking toy forms. Movie exclusive forms. Awesome.
Well, it's a movie exclusive form isn't inherently bad. It's just inherently bad when it's a stupid recolor.
It's just fucking... Toei is all about publicity stunts. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything is more shamelessly a publicity stunt than, come watch our movie, there's a new form.
We're going to exploit this iconic imagery, and then we're going to warp it, and you're going to like it.
Just fucking have Kamen Rider the First and the Next show up and do nothing.
Yeah, sounds great.
Have Kamen Rider 1, 2, and V3 show up and just be sad.
That sounds like, 3/4 of the writers that are in every big crossover movie, they just hang around. They're like, yo, we're all here. These guys are here too. Now they're just going to leave, and I'm going to do things. Because they got my suit actor, or my face actor.
I'm the face actor.
Yeah.
I'm returning.
V3's going to leave. He's going to deliver one stupid line, and he's gone. Fuck him. You're the real
He's going to show up and say, you're the real Kamen Rider 3.
I hereby officially relinquish my title as V3.
And Rider Man's gonna look at her and be like, God, Kazami, why do you keep telling everyone that?
Shit. News. So we got a better scan of the Grateful Soul belt this week. And there's a toy, too, came out. We like a toy that, what it's gonna look like.
Wait, it came out? Like, for purchase?
A scan.
Oh, okay.
A scan came out.
I often wonder how that shit works in Japan. Do they, like, wait until the episode airs and then release the toy?
I think...
Because if they didn't, kids would just go to the store and be like, what the fuck is this?
I think they release it after the episode because you gotta get the kids hyped up to buy it, right? You gotta have it doing something cool. So I imagine they would release it, like, the day it airs or the day after it airs or something. But I don't know. This is pure speculation.
Pure spoilers when you go to Toys R Us in Japan. You gotta keep your eyes out the aisles.
If you live in Japan or if you know more about this subject, send us an email at riderclubradio@gmail.com. We would love to.
Were in that?
One.
Just the one.
But anyways, you can see a suit, and it's like a... Because you have the Icon Driver G, and it's got all the fucking heroes in it.
Yeah.
Right? And so you can't have, like, the hoodie be different, because the hoodie is going to be all the heroes. So the undersuit is what changes. You have Billy the Kid, and you have Robin Hood or whatever, and the undersuit is what's different. And I won't... Like, you can look at it if you want. If you don't want the spoilers, don't look at it. It's rather spiky. That's all you can really tell.
How spiky are we talking? Are we talking Ultimate Form spiky or Rising Ultimate Form spiky?
If I had to rate the spikiness on a level of Kuga growing form to Kuga rising ultimate form, I would put it about at Kickhopper. Slightly above Kickhopper level spikiness.
So it's literally just spiky. There are two giant spikes.
Yeah, he's got some shoulders on it, he's got some spikes on his head, and that's it. It's spiky.
Kickhopper and Punchhopper are some sexy-ass suits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we've touched on that before. They're great suits.
I would wear that in an instant.
Just wear it to work. Who cares?
If I could clock up, who's going to tell me no? My boss would be like, what are you wearing in your cubicle today? And I'd be like, 1, 2, 3, rider kick.
Well, you'd blow the hole out of your work? You'd blow a hole out of your wall?
I'd kick him and he'd explode.
Oh, you better hope he doesn't listen to this podcast on a weekly basis.
I'm sure my boss in his Mercedes-Benz on the way home just pops in Rider Club Radio every day.
Can you picture your boss going home and be like, oh, what's going to happen on Ghost this week? Ooh.
I can't imagine my boss going home. I feel like he just, like, sleeps under his desk every night.
Oh boy. So this is the Ghost final form, or... I don't think it's his final. I think it's his mid-season. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. You can look at that if you want. This week, though, this is the news that I like the most. This is my favorite little piece of news. The Gaim icon got revealed.
Oh, boy.
And it's got a Gaim soul. Like, they show the hoodie on the package. So you get to see what it looks
dead?
Like. Apparently. Gaim is dead.
Rip in pieces, Coda.
You know what they should have done? This is fucked. They should have released the stronger one first.
Oh, you fucker!
That's not a Stronger isn't dead. He doesn't die in his series. His actor is dead.
Liam's a fucking monster.
It's not a spoiler. I just have terrible taste.
It's what we've learned.
It's a poorly tasted joke.
You're a monster.
But there's a Gaim hoodie.
You should release the horse orphanok.
There's a Gaim hoodie, and it looks pretty cool. Like the front jacket part of the hoodie, like it's got the on the front of the actual hood bit, it's got the little like swing, the little metal swing that Gaim has on his head. You know that?
Yeah, the Nike check mark.
Yeah, exactly. He's got that on his head, and the jacket bit has the orange slice armor on the front of it, but it's split down the middle, so you can open it like a jacket.
That's pretty cool.
For a stupid like little rider form, it looks quite good.
It's cool that they made one for him.
Yeah, but Jeff, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Why do you think they released Gaim before Drive? Don't you think they would go backwards? Are they saving Drive for the movie, maybe?
Maybe.
I
feel like this question has two separate answers. One of them, which is an optimistic answer.
Okay.
And one of them, which is John Toei answer.
Okay, give me both.
The optimistic answer is that they're waiting for the movie. It's going to be like a special movie exclusive type thing.
Oh, they're going to sell it for $1 million on the internet, yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be like, this is so special because it's the one that he teamed up with and they're best pals forever now.
Yeah.
The John Toei answer is that Gaim made more money.
Yeah, Lockseed sold pretty well, if I remember correctly.
The last time they sold toys well was with Gaim, so that they're going to focus all their toys on Gaim.
Wouldn't surprise me.
In the same way that they're focusing all these Gaiden movies.
Yeah, Gaiden still getting movies, doing that O's thing.
They're on their way to doing the dunno thing, is what they're on their way to doing.
Or that's what I meant, doing the dunno thing, yeah.
I was like, O's? They didn't do shit with O's.
Oh, you know how O's got movies way after it was over.
It's like, this is Dunno Part 2.
Yeah, oh my god. I don't know. I wouldn't mind that. I liked Gaim, but if the movies are shit, then I would mind it, so.
I still haven't seen a single one of them.
You didn't see the first Gaiden?
No.
It was pretty bad.
It was great. Bad, was it?
It wasn't great.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It was, yeah, I'll leave it at that. It wasn't great. Maybe we could talk about it further some other time.
Maybe we'll stream that at some point.
Oh, yeah, maybe. That'd be fun.
So that everybody could come and watch with us.
Yeah. In that same picture, by the way, there's also the Ryoma soul and the Goemon soul. And those are side grades for the fighting boost. So like it uses the fighting boost undersuit. So it's like all red underneath it, but it's got like a different hoodie.
So that's why he didn't use Goemon in this episode.
Yeah, because he needs fighting spirit boost, I guess.
I guess Onari has meta knowledge. That's why I didn't show up until later.
Yeah, he figured it out. So if you want to see that stuff, check it out.
There's a weird bit where Onari is finding the icons like rapid fire, like he knows where they're at, and characters are like comment on how fast he's doing it and how crazy that is.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like actually gonna be something?
No, like, but that would be cool.
Like if Onari had some sort of weird sense about him.
Yeah.
That would be cool. You could develop his character.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat.
It's like, ever since I started watching Forze, which Forze is a good show. It's not the be all end all like people keep telling me it is, but it's a good show.
Yeah.
In the show, the characters use this thing called the Power Dizer, which is a mech suit.
Yeah.
To help Forze fight. And ever since that, I've wondered, why don't secondary characters get traits that make them useful to the main hero? Why don't they develop traits that are helpful?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, so many characters start out as normal everyday person, and in the show as normal everyday person.
It's because...
Even though they're surrounded by weirdness the whole time.
Because it's easier for the writers to not have that. It's easier for them to be normal.
You just throw them right the hell out of the story and don't worry about it.
Yeah. And some shows are very, very good at using normal people. Kuga's a good example. Where everyone's...
Yeah, I mean, Drive had some of that as well.
Yeah.
They had especially had really good use of Rina and Q.
Yeah, Rina. I'm sorry, I confused. I thought you meant Kiriko when you said Rina. And I was like, excuse you? No, yeah.
No, Kiriko does a really good job pushing around people in wheelchairs and nothing else.
Kiriko, she gets these cool boots, and she's like, yeah, these will be great to walk on. They'll be really comfortable. Good thing I won't have to kick anything.
That's definitely not a joke we've made before on this podcast. But yeah, that's just a thought I had. I wonder, I would really like Akari, and
That's
Onari.
when they fuse. That's for the later.
Yeah, when they
that's
do
for the hyper
fusion
battle
dance.
video.
I really like Okra and Oprah, and hope that they develop ways to help Takeru and don't just stand around going, "Oh, I wish I could help him."
Mostly, what they do is they shoot the spider lamp.
Yeah,
and that's it. So they can see what's going on. It would be nice if like Onari has like a more in tune sense of ghosts because he loves ghosts so much and he's such a spiritual person that maybe he can like find stuff or he can sense Ganma or something like that.
Or maybe the little like doodads do something besides show them the ghosts. Like they figure out new ways to utilize them to help him.
Yeah, or Akari.
Even if it's not in battle, it doesn't have to be in battle. Just like help them somehow. Don't just run around like an idiot and bumble.
Yeah, or with Akari, it's goddamn obvious. She's an inventor. You could have her build all sorts of gadgets. You could have her build one of the animal thingies, and that would give her something to do.
Have her like do upgrades to the equipment, like the Ghost Striker and shit.
Yeah, you could get like a cool little motorcycle upgrade. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, maybe she could figure out a way to make him into a different CGI monster.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'd be great.
What does he have to do with an iguana? What the fuck do ghosts have to do with iguanas?
It's the ghost of a dead iguana, Jeff. Why don't you keep up with the writing?
Why don't you keep up with my dick?
Why would you say something so mean?
Everybody has seen the moment when Liam finally broke under my constant berating.
Oh no.
Is that all the news we have?
Yeah, that's all the news we have.
Is there anything specifically you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, Jeff, what do you think was the season, if you had to pinpoint it, what do you think was the season where Kamen Rider became a lot about selling toys? Because I think at the beginning of Heisei it wasn't really. Ryuki, you think?
Ryuki had all the cards.
That's true.
And they had like the card reader thing and everything. Before that, in Kuga and Agito, they just like hold their hands down and a belt appears. They could sell the belt, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not
it doesn't
like,
do anything.
There's not a million doodads and shit on the belt.
Yeah, there's not a million things to fucking sell on it. I think Ryuki is the first one like that.
Really?
And I've heard tale that Japanese fans didn't like Ryuki to begin with. They like sort of were like, this is just a Metal Heroes series. What does this have to do with Kamen Rider?
Yeah, because it was the first one that it shattered a lot of molds for its time.
Yeah. But I don't think I think Ryuki was sort of a one-off in that way. And it wasn't until later when the doodads started.
I would have picked Kabuto as mine. Somewhere around.
They just have the belts and the Zectors.
They have the Zectors, which are very toyetic, I think.
That's
and
true.
There's lots
they
to
are
buy.
Just toys.
And they also have little like those stupid little. There's a scene in Kabuto, one of my least favorite parts in the whole show, where he gets a suitcase. Someone from Zect is like, "Yo, we got a new weapon for Kabuto, and we'll get it to him like under the table or something because we're not supposed to be helping him." And you get this weapon to him, it's in a suitcase. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Is it like a Zector upgrade or something? A mid-season upgrade or something like that? Is it the Hyper Zector? What the fuck is it? And he opens it up, and it's like this weird, like, duck-foot gun. It's got like 5 barrels, and it shoots out a bunch of little mini Kabuto Zectors, and it uses it twice. And that was the earliest point I can find in Kamen Rider where it's like, this is just to sell a toy. There's no other reason why this is here. It has no bearing on anything.
True. He
uses it once, it's horse shit. I can't think of anything in, like, Ryuki or Kuga or any of the Showa series that has that. I think that's what I would pinpoint. Like, sometime in the mid-2000s, Toei realizes the actual reason that you can make money off of these shows for.
I guess that's true.
They grew brains.
I think that's a pretty good choice. But I mean...
But Ryuki with the cards,
Ryuki with the cards and the reader is what really sticks out to me as being the first time when they're like, collect them all!
Yeah, I know they sold the visors, like, the drag visor and all the shit that you put those are pretty toyetic, and I wouldn't be surprised if they sold, like, packs of those cards. I don't know. I wasn't there, obviously, and I haven't done any research, I'm just making shit up, but I wouldn't be surprised if they sold them in packs, like, oh, try and see if you can get Nasty Vent or something. I don't know. Play it with your friends.
The most important vent.
I have a couple of Advent cards, of course, because I'm a big motherfucker who likes to buy everything. and they have stats and stuff on them. So I sometimes wonder, like, was there ever a game or something you could play with them? Was there like a little game that they pushed playing or something?
Maybe. That's the thing I wonder about Blade as well, is because whenever they scan cards in Blade, there's a little counter that counts the points that each card is adding to your attack.
Really?
Yeah, on their weapons when they scan.
It's like a video game thing.
Yeah, and like each card has like a number on it as well, and I think that's the attack points.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you couldn't buy the weapons and cards to go with them and like do attack points.
So you could one up your friends when you're playing with the toys.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you can't hit me. I scanned more cards than you. My parents have more money than yours.
That's what you get for being poor. So I think Kamen Rider has been all about toys for a long time.
I'm sure.
If I had to pinpoint the moment when I think toys became more important than what the story was about, that's tougher.
That is, like, it's easy to kind of find a gradient and to see little signs of that gradient changing, but it's really hard to find the point where toys become more important. It's not more important to the writers. It's more important to the executives to the overall
that are in charge of the show.
Production. Because you have even if you go back to Kuga's kind of toyetic. He's got like 7, 8, 9, 10 forms, and I'm sure they sold action figures.
Those are all action figures that you can buy.
Yeah. Like it's pretty toyetic, but it's not like Kuga's got shit on like Ghost or something like that, or any of the recent series in terms of toyeticness. American cartoon execs.
Kuga had 3 weapons.
Yeah.
And then you could buy 3 different versions of those weapons.
Yeah, American cartoon execs, they look over at Toei and they sigh. They're like, oh, how do we get kids to fucking buy toys on that scale? Make Toku.
I feel like we talk a lot about executives being like soulless, money-grubbing monsters.
And?
I think Japan is on a whole different level with that. Like, I don't mean to say anything about like Japan in general because I'm a weeb, obviously.
Okay.
But I feel like there's just not that kind of stigma about like wringing children for money.
Is there a stigma in
Japan.
the West? I wasn't aware of any.
Since the 80s, since like the mid 90s, I feel like there might be because there are no TV shows that are just toy commercials anymore.
Yeah, I guess there's no more like Transformers kind of shows where it's just
there's no like G.I. Joe or Transformers or Thundercats that are just like extended toy commercials.
Yeah, whereas Japan still kind of has those.
Yeah, I think maybe parents just got wise to it in America, and in Japan they were just like, whatever. Kids like
also in the West there are laws against marketing to children, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's
if
true.
If you make
a
a toy commercial, you technically have to be marketing it to kids' parents to buy for them. You can't have them. I don't know if that's just a Canada thing, but I know it's at the very least here in Canada.
I'm not sure if that's just a Canada thing or not.
It might be, but there are laws, at least in some countries, where you cannot do that. And I don't know if Japan gives a shit about that
I don't know,
what.
Because now that I think about it, I guess Young Justice was made to sell toys.
Was it?
It got canceled because it wasn't selling enough toys.
That's true, and so did Tron Uprising.
Yeah.
And they made a new Batman show just to sell a line of toys recently, too. It was called, like, Batman Unlimited or something. It looked
Beware
like
the Batman?
No. Okay, maybe every Batman show, but, like,
Batman the Animated Series?
Oh, you step off.
I'm fucking kidding. I love Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, of course, but it was a show, I think it was called, it was like an animated movie called Batman Unlimited or something. And it was literally the toy line came out first, and then they built the show around it. So it is something that happens, but it's not nearly on the same scale, I think. Like, you don't have...
Like, if there was, like, that Symbionic Titan show that like, only lasted half a season because they couldn't make toys of it for some reason.
Yeah.
Because the giant robot was see-through, and it would cost too much money to produce that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So they canceled the show.
That's hysterical.
This just seems like a Cartoon Network thing.
So we're peeling back layers here. So everybody's evil.
So maybe it's more hidden in the West than it is in Japan. The Japanese are at least honest about it.
Yeah, Japan doesn't have any scruples about trying to steal money from children. They just do it straight up.
They don't hide behind Steven Universe or whatever.
Now, Steven Universe, there's a show that's way too toyetic.
There are a lot of toys of that show.
Okay, yeah.
I've actually never seen that show, so if you're a fan of it, fuck off. I want to hear about it.
They don't have lock seeds in Steven Universe, so...
As far as I know.
As far as I know. I don't know, I ain't seen it.
We learned something today, that it's all the same shit, just with a different wrapper.
There, you've been taught everything you need to know about the world. Go now and be a pessimist for the rest of your life.
Rider Club Radio giving life lessons.
We just ruined it for everyone. We ruined everything.
That's what we're here for, buddy. That's what we're here for.
I have another little talking point. This
What's
isn't
that?
anything meaty. I got your icon in today.
Yeah, I got Liam Spectre icon.
Yeah, I got
for Christmas.
Jeff got me a Spectre icon, and it came with... I was telling last week, they just throw shit in. It came with an O's medal. It came with an eel medal from O's. So I got that now, too. And it also came with 2 Decade cards. They just threw them in there.
Meanwhile, Liam got me an orange Lockseed. And the seller took the fucking batteries out of it before they shipped it to me.
And I'm pretty sure that seller was from America, so there you know, now you know the difference between an American seller on eBay and a Japanese seller
How
on
much
eBay.
money can you get out of used fucking batteries?
Maybe they were out, and he was like, he wanted to save on shipment costs, so he wanted to remove, 2 grams of weight, so that he could save on shipment costs.
If you're out there, guy, that this Lockseed came from, I hope you fucking fall downstairs.
Whoa!
I didn't say die. I just hope he falls downstairs.
Okay, I hope he hurts himself a little bit, like he bumps his arm real bad or something.
I hope he stubs his toe and it hurts for a while.
Yeah, there's an appropriate one.
Hope he falls downstairs and ends up in a Toei fucking pit.
Oh boy, that's new lore, isn't it?
The Toei pit.
The Toei pit.
Rider Club Radio has the deepest lore.
How do we get all our inside info on Toei? We should probably tell them that sometime.
That's a secret for another day.
Yeah, it's a trade secret. Anyways, that's the end of the episode.
That's all we really have to talk about. I guess I've been watching Forza, but nothing's changed.
Oh yeah, you don't have anything to say about Forza?
Well, I will say that I feel like the writers didn't particularly know what to do with Meteor after he became a hero.
Yeah.
Because he just starts, following Gentaro around, trying to protect him from girls and shit. It's really kinda gay.
Just like a real friend. Make sure he doesn't get a girlfriend at all costs.
There's just something really homoerotic about your best pal following you around and being like, no, this girl can't get near you.
What are you,
I'm trying
dad?
to protect you, sir.
Yeah.
And the villains still don't know that he's Meteor because they're fucking idiots.
That's par for the course.
And it's good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm also really enjoying watching the original Kamen Rider series.
Oh, you're watching the original Kamen Rider?
Yeah, I'm watching it a couple episodes a week.
That's not all subbed, is it? It was 40-something episodes that got subbed?
Yeah, I mean, they sub a new episode once every 6 months. So I feel like by the time I get to the end of the series, they'll have subbed another one.
That's good. Great.
Then I could start over again.
Oh, well. That's cool.
That's literally the end of the show.
Okay, now it's the end of the show.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You can talk to us on Twitter at Rider Club Radio, and we have an email address you could send shit into. That's riderclubradio@gmail.com.
Shoot us a tweet, send us an email, do whatever you like.
Or don't.
Or don't. It's up to you.
Who gives a shit?
Not me.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.